Right up to the top row in the furthest reaches of this football stadium for the NCAA basketball championship between the Duke Blue Devils and the Wisconsin Badgers in what should be an incredible matchup. For the pregame festivities and the introductions, let's send it to Jim Nantz.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. The presentation of the colors is provided by the Joint Services Color Guard. And now, please welcome the U.S. Army Herald Trumpets from the U.S. Army Band Pershing's Own, joined by musicians from Ball State University, Indiana University, and Purdue University for the performance of our national anthem.
Well, that was quite something. You don't see that every day. As the bald eagle, he executed beautifully. He did what he was supposed to do here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Great rendition of the national anthem. The Duke Blue Devils and the Wisconsin Badgers, as we alluded to a little bit earlier, they already met this season, a part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge back on December the 3rd, very early in the season. Trayvon Jackson had a big game for Wisconsin, a game-high and career-high 25 points. Decker with a slam on the feed from Jackson. This game was in Madison, the home of the Badgers. Tyus Jones, a freshman, in the very early stages of the season, had an incredible game. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and made play after play after play down the stretch as Duke defeated Wisconsin 80-70 many months ago. Both schools are saying, hey, that game doesn't mean all that much. Both teams are much better now than they were back then. For the pregame intros, back to Jim Nantz.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Night. Making their first championship game appearance since 1941. Let's welcome the Big Ten champion, Wisconsin Badgers. Decker
pulling all the cards out.
Koenig, an open three, and it rattles home.
Frank the Tank delivered.
Nigel Hayes.
He can knock it down from downtown.
Oh, Kaminsky off the glass.
Step back jack, and
Decker hits the three.
And you talk about big shot
On Wisconsin to the championship game.
We are Wisconsin. Go Badgers.
Starting tonight for the Wisconsin Badgers at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Toledo, Ohio, number 10, Nigel Hayes. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, number 15, Sam Decker. At forward, a 7-foot senior from Lisle, Illinois, number 44, Frank Kaminsky. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from La Crosse, Wisconsin, number 24, Bronson Koenig. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from Port Washington, Wisconsin, number 21, Josh Gasser. Appearing in their 11th national championship game tonight, here are the 4-time national champion Duke Blue Devils.
Winslow is dangerous.
Put back in by Okafor.
Look at this.
Right back with it. Over to Winslow and another Duke touchdown.
And here comes Jones, the big fella, large.
Oh, Okafor.
The hammer.
Wow. 20-point Blue Devil victory. And Duke is in the title game.
We are Duke. Let's get it, squad.
Starting tonight for the Duke Blue Devils, at forward, a 6'6" freshman from Houston, Texas, number 12, Justice Winslow. At center, a 6'11" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 15, Jahlil Okafor. At guard, a 6'1" freshman from Apple Valley, Minnesota, number 5, Tyus Jones. At guard, a 6'5" sophomore from DeSoto, Texas, number 13, Matt Jones. And at guard, a 6'2" senior from Washington, D.C., number 2, Quinn Cook. And introducing the head coaches for Wisconsin in his 14th season for the Badgers, Bo Ryan. And for Duke in his 35th season for the Blue Devils, Mike Krzyzewski.
Two of the game's greatest coaches, Mike Krzyzewski, 4 national championships, Bo Ryan, 4 Division III national. Bought up those tickets the Kentucky fans were selling after Saturday night. A lot of cheeseheads here, as you know, a passionate fan base all through the upper Midwest.
I'll tell you one thing, there were a lot of tickets to be had after Kentucky lost. You think about Wisconsin, unbelievable what they've had to do to get here, beating the likes of North Carolina, beating the likes of Arizona, quality basketball, and then spoiling the dream of a perfect season for the Kentucky Wildcats. And one of the key reasons, there's a guy right there, Mr. Deckard, and this young guy's been super for Duke, Mr. Cook.
Our officials tonight, Joe DeRosa working his 2nd national championship game, Michael Stevens his first, Pat Driscoll his first. All of them have worked multiple Final Fours before.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, it's an honor for them. I hope the people realize they've been graded all through the entire tournament, so to them, they have earned the right to call this, and it's special for them.
Duke in white, Wisconsin in red, Blue Devils with the first possession.
One thing about Duke, I firmly believe you got to contain their perimeter players. I think that backcourt is as good as any in America when they're playing well, Jones and Cook.
And they've done a great job driving the ball into the paint throughout the NCAA tournament, getting layups and setting up their teammates.
Deckard matched up right now on Winslow. That'll be an interesting matchup. Winslow's got that great quickness.
Cook probing inside, left-handed, 4-foot semi-hook shot is good as the Blue Devils strike first.
Nice little start. Put a little full court pressure.
And this is a very interesting end of the floor to see the matchup. Who is on who? Okafor is on Kaminsky, as you would expect. Winslow is on Deckard. Quinn Cook, 6'2" guard, is on Hayes right now. Deckard way short, and Duke comes up with it.
Little air ball by Deckard right there.
Winslow. And the rebound down to Gasser.
I would go right inside to Kaminsky. Let him go to work on Okafor. Try to get a couple of fouls on him. Shoulders inside, outside. He's on the perimeter right now.
This time Winslow is on Hayes. And Tyus Jones is on Decker, but they're switching almost everything except for the Okafor-Kaminsky matchup.
Yeah, there's a lot of switches on the floor.
Wouldn't be surprising to see Duke go zone at some point. Mike Krzyzewski has played some this year.
Played a lot of zone.
Yep. Kaminsky for three.
That's his ability. He can stretch the court out with his range as a shooter. He will present a problem for Okafor because of his ability to go to the perimeter.
And you wonder if either one of these guys can get the other one in foul trouble. They're both so important to their teams.
That's a charge right
offensive
there.
foul. Good call. Okafor called for lowering the shoulder.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. Mr. Driscoll had that whistle quickly. I could see that with one eye. Are you kidding me? Wow. What a charge, baby. I mean, there's no doubt. Okafor trying to use his strength to the goal.
So the first foul on one of the big guys goes on Okafor. 2 minutes in, Okafor's got a foul. Kaminsky's hit a three.
I would go inside right now, Dan. I would go right now to Kaminsky. Try to get that second foul on Okafor.
Well, that would be devastating for Duke if Okafor were to pick up 2 early fouls.
Get him the ball inside.
Hayes the drive on Matt Jones. Gosser kicks it out. Decker's open. And it's Duke ball.
Terrific play by Gosser to give him an extra opportunity.
Fifth-year senior. In and out for Tyus Jones. No doubt about the follow for the big fella.
He's so aggressive around the basket. He's got those great hands. I mean, he's got some big, big paws.
And Josh Gosser may be shaken up, talking with one of the officials, Michael Stevens. And he is bleeding. Sustained a cut under his eye.
Nothing like the atmosphere as you're going to watch this offensive rebound. There's the diaper dandy going to grab it, and he's going to rub real strong. Chasing a national championship. 350 schools started in pursuit of that goal, dreaming about it. And here they are, down to 2.
So they'll give him a little bit of time to see if they can get the blood stopped, if they can deal with the cut. Otherwise, Bo Ryan will have to go to his bench and put somebody in. Okafor had a pretty good game against Wisconsin early, but he did have some foul trouble. Kaminsky had a good game, but Duke was victorious 80-70. And now we'll see, and they're going to bring Trayvon Jackson into the game. It'll take a while to deal with the cut under Gosser's eye. So Trayvon Jackson, the former starter until he broke his foot in January, will enter the game for Wisconsin.
January 11th, he broke that foot. Remember, he had 25 against Duke. That's the contact.
On the play where he tossed the rebound out. But Jackson, they really have, it's like a 6-starter team. Jackson was the start of the first half of the year.
He's been such a vital part in their program the last couple of years and had that big, big game in that matchup against Duke.
Winslow on Decker right now. Koenig surrounded, finds Kaminsky. Hayes with a size advantage on Matt Jones, but he couldn't handle the pass. Somewhere on every possession, at least when Jefferson's not in the game for Duke, Wisconsin's going to have a size mismatch somewhere in the front court. Can they take advantage?
I think you're going to see Jefferson play some minutes.
Kaminsky passed up a 3. Misses the 2.
Duke wants to get out in transition.
Tyus Jones into Okafor. Turn and miss over Kaminsky. And Kaminsky down with a rebound.
You know, Kaminsky late in the game against Kentucky did a great job on Towns inside. Didn't let him get some touches.
Jackson. Decker with a follow. Nobody guarding the basket for Duke. Nobody on the defensive glass.
Well, Winslow went down to the deck, and they took advantage of it. Decker with the offensive rebound.
So they've traded the lead several times already. Less than 4 minutes into the game. Cook bothered by Koenig.
Koenig's one of those underrated players. He can make threes, defends really well.
Tyus Jones. Count it.
How big is he? He loves the big moment. He likes the main stage. Star of stars. That diaper dandy has been special.
He's a freshman. Looks like he's got about the lowest pulse of anybody, pulse rate of anybody in the building. Expression never changes, but boy, has he been huge for Duke this year.
Tell you what, it was a great phone call November 15, 2013 when he decided to come to Duke.
And Okafor decided along with him. Hayes inside, in and out.
Had a great opportunity there.
Ball loose, sails right over our heads into the seats to take us to the first media timeout of the night.
Hey, here we go, Mr. Frank the Tank. Mr. Kaminsky with a trifecta, showing why he's the player of the year. than his buddy right now. There's the offensive rebound, and Mr. Okafor says, anything you could do, Frank, I can do better. And there he goes. And what about Mr. Jones? Don't forget me. He says, I'm a diaper dandy.
The game for the first time for Duke. Plumlee, the youngest of the three Plumlee brothers. His older brothers, Miles and Mason, were both on the team when Duke won the national championship in this building 5 years ago.
Yeah, both guys now in the NBA. I think you're going to see Plumlee some minutes, and certainly Jefferson is going to need some size to negate that great front court that Wisconsin has with Decker, Hayes, and Kaminsky.
Duke will play 8. Wisconsin could play as few as 7 or as many as 9, depending on how things go.
Right now they got Hayes playing on Winslow.
Tyus Jones through the hands of Plumlee. Plumlee's pointing up like, I wanted a lob, and he didn't appear to be ready to catch that pass. Bullet from up close.
He was wide open, wide open. Kaminsky stepped out to give help.
Yeah, he was starting to jump.
Tough pass to handle right there. Had an easy layup.
So Plumlee on Kaminsky. Matt Jones giving up size to Decker, but Decker's not really a post player. He's a driver and a shooter, but not a guy who posts up a lot. And Hayes with a matchup against Winslow.
Tell you one thing, Duke doing a great job team defensively through the entire tournament, only allowing 55 points.
Hayes did not attempt a single three last year. This year he's a 38% shooter from beyond the arc.
Well, he had stardom all over. You saw moments of him last year. You just knew eventually he's going to be a star. Well, this is only the beginning. He's going to be one heck of a player.
I agree with you. Next year, Hayes and Koenig are the stars on this Wisconsin team, both sophomores. Jones to Cook, the senior.
Not a real threat inside offensively with Okafor out of the game.
Plumlee. Left-hand hook shot off the glass, no good.
Not even close. That was Brick City right there, Dan.
Decker the drive, and now brings it back out.
Now Matt Jones playing Decker.
Kaminsky right around Plumlee, and he draws the foul.
Should have had that layup. He was right there for a little jam. He got right by Plumlee with the great first step. Triple grip position, first step, right to the goal. No one rotates over. That should have been a layup. And that's Hayes with the three.
At the line, Kaminsky, a 78% free throw shooter on the season. And he has had an outstanding NCAA tournament. He is averaging over 22 points per game in the tournament so far as Okafor comes back into the game for Duke. Grayson Allen, Emil Jefferson also back into the game. And Josh Gosser heading back to the bench. They've taken care of the cut under his eye.
He can't wait to get out there, man. He was in the national championship.
1 of 2 for Kaminsky. 3-point lead, Badgers.
Containing the gorge of Duke is really big. Notre Dame did that in beating them. Duke only lost to 3 teams. Notre Dame, Miami, and they lost to North Carolina State.
Winslow knocks down a 3.
He's been big through the entire tournament. Yep. He showed his versatility, ability to shoot the 3, drive to the goal, stock going up, way up for him.
Okafor's going to be the first or second pick. Winslow will be a lottery pick. Decker will probably be a lottery pick. Douye Dukin for 3.
What a nice play. Dukin knocks down the 3. That's a strength of his basketball team. Wisconsin has a number of guys that can make the 3 ball.
He's a 6'10 forward who comes off the bench, knocks down 3s. It'll belong to Duke.
Look at O'Ryan working that sideline. Did not get elected to the Hall of Fame. To me, he's a Hall of Famer. And he will eventually be in the Hall of Fame.
John Calipari, it was announced today, is one of the people who got into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Mike Krzyzewski has been in for years. Cook the drive. Beautiful feed. Drew the 2 defenders and found Okafor.
He did a great job. Drive, draw, dish the rock. Okafor with the slam jam. They gave help on Cook, and he was wide open, Okafor.
Jackson bulling his way into the paint. Extra pass now to Hayes. Gosser back into the game for the Badgers.
He's got a one-on-one. He's isolated in a one-on-one scenario.
And Jefferson is called for the foul.
Talking about passing the rock. Look at this. 3 guys. Kaminsky steps out, leaves Okafor wide open. So you got to play him head to head. And you can't give that kind of help. You give that help, you're giving a layup. You're giving a layup.
Wisconsin with the ball in a 1-point lead. Hayes with a mismatch. Grayson Allen on him. Kaminsky with a shot fake. Okafor very nearly picked up his second. Gasser kept the toe down, and they've got plenty of time to regroup.
Notice how they're trying to bring Okafor away from the basket.
Now Jackson over-penetrates and turns it over. Allen adjusts in midair and lays it in.
That young man, remember that name, Grayson Allen, will be a star for Duke.
The fourth member of the freshman class puts the Blue Devils back on top. Great crossover by Jackson, right to the rim and rejected by Winslow.
Look at that hustle, look at that scrap. You talk about playing with passion and pride. They play for the name on the front of that jersey. Nothing like college basketball. Nothing like the pursuit of a national championship.
Winslow coming over for the block. Allen and Cook both giving chase, but couldn't save it, so it's Wisconsin ball.
You know, Duke's really got a lot of balance. 5 different players have already scored for Duke.
Koenig. Decker, a quiet opening 8 minutes in this game.
See, their game plan is to take Okafor from away from the goal.
Kaminsky tried to thread the needle, and another Wisconsin turnover, their third already. They committed the fewest turnovers of any team in the country this year, about 7.5 per game.
They really cherish that basketball. They don't make errors, and here they got 3 already. Credit that a little bit to the Duke defense. Anticipation, play the passing lanes.
Allen not shy as he draws the foul, and he'll be at the free throw line when we come back.
He's got scoring ability.
Well, we saw him moments ago. You were talking about him, how talented he is. Jefferson comes up with the steal, and then Grayson Allen makes a heck of a play.
Yeah, here's Allen. Go right to the rack. Great body control, lays it up. He's going to be a big scorer. You got a chance to win anytime you're holding people under 60. 37% are shooting against them. Mike Krzyzewski really loves this team. He can't say that enough. I think you can make a case for Mike Krzyzewski as the best coach of all time. He already has 1,017 wins, 944 at Duke, 87 NCAA tournament wins. It's more than anyone, and this is his 9th title game. I would say my choice right now, I never thought I'd say this, over John Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood, but because of the era and the toughness now, I would say Mike Krzyzewski is the greatest coach ever to coach in college basketball.
It is tougher, and I think you would agree, to win a national championship now than it was during John Wooden's era. You've got to play more games. The tournament's a lot more rounds. There's so many great players all around the country. There's so many good teams you have to beat.
More balance, get the one-and-done situation to deal with. Certainly not taking the Wizard of Westwood. So special, so special. Unless he won over 1,000 games. Then you factor in the situation with the Olympics. I mean, his resume gets bigger and bigger. 3-point lead, Duke, 9 minutes in. Both clubs get great spacing. What execution, so efficient. Ball movement. Decker the drive. Left hand, no. Followed by Dukin. What a lift he's given them off the bench. Yeah, 5 points already. It's a big 3. Dukin with a great play on the offensive rebound. They get players. They're not McDonald's High School Americans. They develop under Ryan. Strong move by Okafor. Almost unstoppable when he gets a touch that close to the paint. I'm really surprised after you get that charge early that they haven't challenged him more around the box to try to get him that second foul. Okafor's got 6 points and the 1 foul. Kaminsky has 4 points, a 3 and a free throw. 10 of Duke's 17 points in the paint. Kaminsky again pulling Okafor away from the basket, finds Koenig. Picked up that dribble, he's in trouble there. Finds Kaminsky. Spins. Follow again. This time it's Decker. I tell you, they get to the offensive boards. Their size is hurting Duke right now. So back-to-back offensive rebounds and putbacks for Dukin and Decker. Wisconsin within 1. Winslow, what a move. Little stutter step right there. You give him a little stutter step, little shake and bake. Gonna watch right open for downside. Look at those hands. Great hands. Now he's gonna go across the lane. Nice touch around the basket. And they're going to watch Kaminsky with the miss. But here comes the offensive rebound. And there's the tip in by Decker.
And at the line, Winslow, the freshman from Houston, a likely lottery pick. Everybody thinks he's going to go to the NBA draft, and he'll be a very high draft choice. Averaging 15 points, better than 9 rebounds per game so far in the NCAA tournament. Matt Jones now coming back into the game for the Blue Devils. And Okafor will sit down. And Kaminsky's going out as well. Hayes will come in. I don't know which coach sent the sub in first, but this is a move and a counter move as both big guys sit down at the same time.
That's a chess match. Yeah. These two guys trying to match wits. Two guys that have been on the sideline for a lot of W's in their careers.
Neither one of these guys misses a thing.
You know,
Three-point lead.
Bo Ryan's got all those national titles at Platteville, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Division III. And now in his 14th year as the head coach at Wisconsin, where he's won almost 75% of his games. Koenig. The ball never sticks for Wisconsin. In terms of efficiency, points per possession, #1 in the country in points per possession this year. You know who's #2? Duke.
Pretty good. That's why they're in the final game. That's why they're playing for the national title. You know what? They're there. Quality shots. They don't take bad shots.
Winslow the foul, his first. Low foul totals for both teams. Duke with 4, Wisconsin just 2. Wisconsin, we mentioned they commit the fewest turnovers per game in the country. They also commit the fewest fouls per game in the country. They don't beat themselves.
That's a sign of playing good defense. You don't foul. You don't put people on the line. Even though Arizona did go to the line quite a bit against them.
Hayes. Winslow with another rejection.
Nice defensive play by Winslow.
Cook one-on-one, scores over Gosser, and the lead grows to 5.
You know, with Duke, they got so many weapons. It may be a Cook, it may be a Jones, it may be an Okafor, it may be a Winslow. I know it's not a Schumann, and I know it's not a Vitale.
No, we're exactly where we want to be.
Having fun, man. Yeah. You can't have fun in this. There's something wrong. We get paid for this. It's stealing money.
Gosser now posting. Another block by Winslow.
I'll tell you, Winslow doing what a job on the defensive side. Look at the hustle here. Kids diving into the stands, feeling it, the emotion, the passion. National
championship at stake. Cook is a senior, and he knows this is his last college game one way or the other.
Look at Winslow. He's not going to go up fake. Stays right there. And look at this right here. Cook going to the goal. What a year he's had. Showing leadership ability. And there's the block shot.
Winslow having one heck of a half. Koenig is fouled.
He's one of those X-Factor guys. You think about Decker, you think about Hayes, and certainly Kaminsky. But when it's all said and done, Koenig's got his 12, 14 points.
Very tough player, very talented player. Grimacing a little bit and flexing the fingers on his left hand. It's another guy, very good shooter, hardly ever turns it over. Not many teams could lose their starting point guard and really not lose anything when they go to the bench and made Koenig the starter. And now Kaminsky returns for Duke.
I tell you, it's a great point, Dan. I really thought they were going to suffer tremendously when they lost the experienced player like Jackson on January 11th when he broke his foot.
1 of 2. You mentioned Duke's losses. Wisconsin only lost 3 games, 1 to Duke, 1 at Maryland, and then the one at Rutgers was without Kaminsky. He was out with a concussion, and that was the game where Jackson broke his foot in the second half.
That was a shocking loss to me, with or without Kaminsky.
Winslow driving on Hayes off the side of the backboard.
That shot right there. Hayes did a great job staying in front of him.
Koenig for 3. And the rebound down to Matt Jones. Good block out there by Winslow on Hayes. So Jones will slow it down.
Cook says, boys, slow it down. Let's run our sets. What a cerebral backcourt they are, Cook and Jones.
Duke is shooting 53%. Wisconsin only 33%, but it's just a 4-point game. Okafor. Not this time, and Kaminsky down with another rebound.
Kaminsky's going to start to get a little more aggressive offensively.
Hayes. And Winslow is called for the foul. That will be his second. That's a big one.
I tell you, one of their game plans, you can see it here materializing in front of us, is to isolate Hayes with Winslow. We're going to take a look at the block right here. Winslow, the kick out. And now we're going to see Jefferson giving him that size inside with the block shot.
They're actually doing okay from three. They're 3 for 6. They're 3 for 12 from 2-point range. Justice Winslow has 3 of the 4 Duke blocks. But Dickey was just called for his second foul before that timeout. So Winslow's on the bench right now. And we'll have to wait and see if Mike Krzyzewski keeps him out for the rest of the half.
I'll tell you one thing, though. They have that luxury of bringing in a veteran player who's played a lot of quality minutes in Jefferson. And he does give them size.
Nigel Hayes at the line for Wisconsin. Hayes was a 6th man last year, actually the Big Ten 6th man of the year, became a starter this year for Wisconsin and had a terrific season, averaging better than 12 points and 6 rebounds per game.
He's got a great personality, a lot of one-liners. He can be a comedian, man. I tell you what, the free throw line can be big in this game.
Wow.
We come down to charity stripe, there's 2 misses right there.
Wisconsin shoots better than 76% as a team on the season. Hayes is at 75, and he just missed both.
A lot of pressure out there right now, these kids feel.
Jefferson, not a shooter. He'll kick it off to Tyus Jones.
I like the way this guy's such a leader. As the years develop, he's got so much more confidence, Tyus Jones.
Cook using the screen, burying the jumper. A long 2 for Quinn Cook. And they're going to have a look at that one, I believe, at the next media timeout to check if it's a 2 or a 3.
He can flat out shoot the rock, man. Great free throw shooter. Cook is as well.
Decker surrounded and smothered by Jefferson, the 5th block of the game for Duke.
Second one by Jefferson.
Matt Jones short on the 3. Boy, that would have been a big one. Would have extended it to 9.
I'm going to give him a lot of momentum right there. So I don't think Kaminsky's looking for a shot enough. I really don't. I think he's going to start to be more aggressive. Want the ball a little bit more.
And now they're looking for Decker in the post because of the mismatch on Jones. Decker 6'9", Jones is 6'5". Okafor playing just close enough to Kaminsky that he can't get the 3 off. Jackson in and out. What a follow by Decker.
Shows his athleticism. What great balance right there to be able to come with that offensive rebounder. Sam Decker has become a star for Wisconsin.
NBA fans are going to be seeing a lot of that guy next year, and Kaminsky, and Winslow, and Okafor. A lot of future pros in this game. Tyus Jones may go as well. Okafor turns it over. Momentum on the side of the Badgers. Jackson.
What a great move by Jackson. He goes the length of the court. That's a no-no by Duke. Nobody stopped the ball, Dan. Nobody stopped the ball. Dan Shulman is big in Canada. All the Canadians, your mom and dad are listening. Everybody.
You're on TSN up there right now, my friend.
This place is rocking. It's electric.
And they'll get a little bit louder. The vast majority of fans here are Badger fans.
Momentum now has swung to the side of Wisconsin. Look at the mismatch here size-wise.
Kaminsky the drive. And a chance for 3.
What a terrific play by Frank the Tank, the P.T. Beard, a primetime performer. Look at the big red fans. They love it. The Grateful Red are going bananas here. You better believe they're rocking right now in Madison. Look at that drive. Great balance. There's a score. Look at the emotion.
And Dick, that is the 2nd foul on Okafor. This is the reverse by Decker. But now Okafor has gone to the bench with 2. Winslow has come back in. Plumlee's in the game for Okafor. So Mike Krzyzewski's got a delicate balancing act now for the next 4 minutes and 42 seconds.
Well, he wants to make sure one of the 2 are on the floor.
Poked away by Hayes, recovered by Winslow.
Plumlee with that big screen for him.
Winslow again with the crossover and the finish. How good is that kid?
How did he make that play? How did he get that off in traffic? What a terrific offensive play right there by Winslow. And
the lead changes hands again. Frank Kaminsky with that last drive of the free throw, setting a Wisconsin single-season scoring record. Hayes open from 15.
Doesn't make the 2 free throws, but he makes the wide-open 15-foot shot. Come on, people, this is special. Call your friends up. Get them to watch. This is a national championship.
Jones turns the corner, rejected. Wisconsin in transition. Jackson, no!
He had everything going his way there, and he missed the layup.
Winslow the kick. Allen passed up the 3. He'll take the layup.
Is he a driver? Is he a scorer? And the big blue faithful of Cameron Crazies love it. This is terrific basketball.
This is something else.
It really is. So special.
2 worthy contenders for the national championship. There's no Cinderella in this game. Couple of 1 seeds. Wisconsin out of the West, Duke out of the South.
I like Cinderella. A zone.
Jackson the miss.
Oh,
what a pass!
What anticipation. He anticipated. He knew where his teammate was. Jackson really a plus for them. They're lucky they got that kid back from the injury.
Wisconsin hurting Duke badly on the offensive glass. And the Badgers are back on top.
Take a look at the anticipation by Jackson. Before the ball basically hit his hand, he knew where he wanted to go with the ball. He knew where he wanted to go. Watch this. Bam. Diagonal. What a pass.
Minutes, Wisconsin's 2 best players have played like their 2 best players.
Well, you know, Duke got into a foul situation where they had to take Okafor out of the game, and things have changed. It's gone the way of on Wisconsin right now.
Winslow's back in with 2. Okafor's on the bench with 2. Jones off a screen. Beautiful play. Duke back on top.
What a terrific job executing that play. Probably set up during the timeout.
There have been 12 lead changes in the first half.
Zone right now by Duke. Going to the zone with Okafor out of the game. They're very small. Offensive rebounds have been a real big plus for Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's got 8 offensive rebounds. They've turned into 11 points in this game.
Oh, they missed Kaminsky right open in the 3-second area.
Hayes for 3.
Yeah, that's not Elvin Hayes either. That's Nigel Hayes. Elvin Hayes was a fantastic shooter player for the Houston.
Wisconsin is 4 for 9 from 3-point range in this game, and Hayes has made both of his. Allen, no. Wisconsin ball.
Wisconsin's got command right now.
And with Okafor on the bench, they're looking to extend this lead before the end of the first half.
See, right now, look at Allen's playing Kaminsky. You got to go to Kaminsky. Look at the size. Look at that right there. Trying to deny him the ball inside. He's going to want the ball here, Dan.
And they don't get it to him. Allen is still on.
Get him the ball.
That's a bad angle to try to throw that pass. And Bo Ryan can't be happy. They had a golden opportunity on a mismatch on that possession and didn't take advantage. Timeout on the floor with 1:43 to go in the first half. Tipped away by Allen. Wisconsin leads by 2. A good first half.
Yeah, really showing his versatility and why he is the player of the year. He's taking the charge right there against Okafor. I'm going to see him. He can make the 3. There he is draining a long-range 3. I'm going to watch him here on the defensive end with the steal against Okafor. I'm going to watch him here with the block shot. He's doing it all except sell popcorn. Then we're going to see him drive into the goal. He's not sweeping the floor either. And he's going to make zillions of dollars in cash.
7 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, a block, and a steal for Frank Kaminsky. For Duke coming out of the timeout. Okafor remains on the bench, and Winslow's gone to the bench as well. Shot clock is running down. It's down to 4. Kaminsky sees it. Misses the shot, and Duke down with a rebound. So Coach K does not want to risk at this late stage of the first half either of his 2 stars picking up their 3rd foul.
Yeah, that's a quality move by Coach K, but that's why he's such a great coach. Plumlee out there for size, give a big screener. Not a threat offensively.
2-man game, Jones and Jefferson, beautifully done.
Great 2-man play. Jefferson finishes it off. He shows flashes of brilliance. We've seen that in his 2 years at Duke. just not consistent enough.
Tied at 31, final minute of the first half.
I talked about on a game day that he would be an X factor, a guy that's got to give him quality minutes, Jefferson. And need his size.
Zone again for Duke. This is slowing down Wisconsin. Koenig misses a long three.
Yeah, he shot that from downtown, man. Fort Wayne.
About a 6-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Yeah, they're going to take it for one. Smart, heady, playing without their two stars around the sideline. What a great first half. Terrific. The beauty of games of this stature when you see two heavyweights going head to head. I mean, this is Ali and Frazier, man.
Yeah. Shot clock's at 2. Cook forces. In and out. Decker's got time. 4 seconds. Decker forces it and comes up short as the first half comes to a close in a 31-31 tie. What else would you expect between two teams of this caliber?
Solid defense, really getting after it defensively, both clubs.
Tracy Wolfson is with Mike Krzyzewski.
For Winslow, both with those two fouls, how did you have to manage that down the stretch?
We have to massage this half. Yeah, we're driving. We can't get them to foul. And they only had 2 fouls, and we're in foul trouble. And that had a big bearing on the first half. We got to play without fouling in the second half and then put them in a little bit of harm's way.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jim.
Well, 3 ties, 13 lead changes in the first half. And these two heavyweights are in 8 offensive rebounds to 11 points. And another thing that jumps out at you, both teams only committed 3 turnovers apiece in the first half. Wisconsin only committed 2 fouls in the whole half. Duke starts the second half with Winslow and Okafor, each with 2 fouls. It would be huge if Wisconsin could get one of those guys to commit an early foul.
Well, right now, when I start this half, if I'm Bo Ryan, I'm going right after Okafor. If you look at the leading scorers here, Winslow and Decker.
Nigel Hayes also had 8 for Wisconsin, knocked down a couple of threes. Frank Kaminsky with 7 points and 7 rebounds. For Duke, after Winslow 7, Okafor, Cook, and Grayson Allen off the bench with 6 points. He's become a very important player for Duke since the dismissal of Rasheed Suleiman midway through the season.
Well, he's got the great scoring ability. He's not afraid. He plays with no fear of failure. You know what's really a key right here, as you look here at this graphic here, first time in championship game score tied since 1988. That was Danny and the Miracles, yep. Danny Manning. Larry Brown coached that team. Now, let me say this.
You know what, by the way, just for one, you know what the score was at halftime of that game?
No, what was it?
50-50 between Kansas and Oklahoma.
Well, you know everything. That's unbelievable.
That's a lot of offense.
You usually have a trivia show. Man, hey, let me just say this, though. You know, everybody thinks of Wisconsin. You think about passive, protect the ball, don't turn it over, play good defense. They've been averaging close to 80 points a game in the tournament, and they were held to 31. Again, another just superstar defensive effort by Duke. They've holding people to 55 points in the tournament thus far defensively.
Wisconsin with the first possession of the second half.
Go right at Okafor. I would try to get number 3 on him because that would be a big, big play.
Okafor having to guard a lot further away from the basket than he is used to because of the range of Kaminsky. Hayes trying to back down Winslow. Shot fake Kaminsky. Kick to a wide open Koenig.
What a nice play created by Kaminsky to pass. Simple play, triple threat position, ball fake, head fake, find the open man. Fundamentals, and that's what Bo Ryan's all about. Teaching, he's a throwback to the old school coach. Just get me in the gym and let me do my fundamentals.
Winslow with a mismatch on Koenig. And a foul and a chance for 3 for Justice Winslow.
He was so strong in that post. He was determined he was going to score in the low box.
Midway through the season, Winslow sustained rib and shoulder injuries. Really struggled for a few weeks, but he's gotten healthier, and down the stretch, he's been one of the best players in the country.
He really utilizes either hand well around the basket.
Misses the free throw.
We said once, we'll say it again. Keep an eye on that free throw line. That could be big coming down to the stretch of this game. Such great spacing by Wisconsin on the offense. 15 to 17 feet apart. Nice pass inside.
And Kaminsky lays it in, the assist to Koenig.
Great movement without the ball. A key to being a successful offensive team. Ball movement and player movement. I'm excited now. This is going to be one great basketball game.
A turnover. Decker spins. Spins again.
What a play by Decker. He's been doing that the entire tournament. The little drop step, a TO, baby. A TO being called by Mike Krzyzewski and Duke. And they love it. Look at the Grateful Red fans going bananas down Shulman. They're going wacky.
A 7-2 run for the Badgers out of halftime, and it all started with some great offense. Kaminsky the drive and the kick to a wide-open Koenig, a very good three-point shooter, and then Koenig returns the favor to the 7-footer. Kaminsky with the lay-in, and then Decker Dick just doing things that not many people can do.
There he is with the drop step right to the goal. Boy, the Badgers offensively. Look at Decker. Look at the reaction. Come on, smile, big fella.
Two stars on this Wisconsin Badger team. Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker has taken his game to another level here in the NCAA tournament. And both of their stars are playing like stars here in the championship game. Wisconsin has opened up a 5-point lead.
I just got a note from our colleague, Andy Katz. He said Decker making a lot of cash for himself. Andy's right on the money.
Okafor around Kaminsky, too strong, and Kaminsky down with a rebound.
He had that layup right there. He beat Kaminsky to the rack, but he didn't finalize.
Wisconsin outscoring Duke 7-2 in the first 2 minutes here of the second half.
With great execution. Then we get great ball movement, player movement. There's the high screen. See, he's so dangerous, Kaminsky. When he lays that screen, he steps back and he's wide open for a three.
Decker out on the perimeter, 10 to shoot. Decker fade away. And it is Duke ball. Koenig doesn't like the call. He thought that went off a Duke defender, but it'll belong to the Blue Devils as Mike Krzyzewski hollers out a play.
Bob Decker trying to go one-on-one with Winslow, trying to get him that third foul.
No, that's off Koenig. That's
absolutely. I think the officials have done a heck of a job. Heck of a job. Driscoll, Stevens.
And Joe DeRosa, very few fouls. A total of only 10 fouls in the game. 3 on Wisconsin and 7 on Duke.
Well, that's when you're playing good defense. Good teams play defense, they don't foul.
And Tyus Jones is fouled in action again. He doesn't keep his emotions to himself on the court. And I think he's getting a warning right now from Joe DeRosa about controlling those reactions and emotions.
Tell you what, put this kid on a free throw line. It's usually automatic. He's like an 89% free throw shooter.
And he just always looks like the coolest cat in the building. You can never tell if they're up 20 or down 20, if he's having a good night or if he's having a bad night.
I tell you, I like that body language. You can tell a lot about people just looking at their body language. The winners are just like what you said. You don't know what's happening. They just stay poised, play. It is such a luxury to have guys on the perimeter who can make free throws.
Cook pressuring Koenig.
Cook really elevates himself on the defensive side.
Now cross-court Decker.
They got a mismatch inside. That Hayes played by Cook.
Kaminsky, good defense by Okafor, makes him kick it out. Koenig baseline. Kaminsky passes up the shot. Shot clock down to 5. And Kaminsky fouled by Okafor, his third.
Oh, that was smart play right there. Smart play, going one-on-one. Get him on the sideline. He's got to go out. You write the score down, my friend. Write the score down. 16 minutes, 50 seconds. They're up 3, and Kaminsky's going to the line.
Boy, a lot of ball there. A lot of ball. Mike Krzyzewski's not going to take him out.
I think he will take him out. I just think he's looking at the scenario. He'll play the scoreboard. It's pretty tough going away to take him out when you're down like you are right now. Down 5. He's got 3. I'm going to tell you what. Next possession, I'm going right at him again. I'm going right at him again. I'm putting Kaminsky on the box. Nice caught.
Jones from Winslow.
What a nice play by the two diaper dandies. Unselfish, finding the open man. Right now in this possession, you got to get the ball in Kaminsky's hands. Whether he's going to drive with it.
Koenig open in the paint, knocks down the short jumper.
So underrated. So underrated. Bronson Koenig, one of those players that helps you win.
And now Jones is fouled. And it may be Koenig again.
Hey, Jones really stepping it up offensively, becoming very aggressive. He knows the team needs some offense, and he can put points on the board. Now watch this nice little play by Koenig. Great balance, steps up, shoots a little fadeaway jump shot.
Fouls on Hayes, his first. Jones back to the line where, as you said, Dick, he is almost automatic. Dukin into the game. Hayes will get a breather. Dukin only played 4 minutes in the first half, but he had a 3 and a follow dunk. He had 5 points in those 4 minutes.
Yeah, quality minutes he gave him. I love this kid. I hope he comes back to school. Another year to work on his shot from the perimeter, get his body a little stronger.
He's got the last 6 points of the game for Duke. Grayson Allen has checked in for the Blue Devils.
Koenig only had 1 point at halftime. He's already got 5 here. He's got to go at him. He's got to go at him. He's going to clear out, go one-on-one right now. There he is. Going to go right.
Duke in the kick. Decker for 3. Air ball. His second air ball of the night from 3. Allen. It's loose. And wait a minute. Yeah. It is going to be Duke ball as the officials correct the call, and Sam Decker still hasn't gotten up.
Patrisco, good bit of officiating.
We have a timeout on the floor. Decker appears to be okay.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
It belongs to Duke. What a game we got going. 3-point lead, Badgers, when we come back.
They're certainly going to need him coming down the stretch of this game. It's tough to win without him.
Well, whenever you take a shot to the head, they've got to be so careful these days, doing some quick concussion tests if they can, as much as they're able to on the bench. Allen fouled by Gosser. Boy, and Allen, give Allen credit for that. But that's the play you see more and more in basketball, where a guy driving will just snap his head back to make it look like there was contact, when there really wasn't a whole lot there. Looked like Allen kind of leaned into him, and Gosser didn't like the call. Jones with an air ball. Dukin down with a rebound for the Badgers.
Hey, we've seen a lot of air balls here. Get a little tight on those shots.
Koenig.
Oh, right to the rack.
He just keeps going, and he lays it in.
Nobody rotated over to close off the driving angle. Koenig with a big second half.
He is as tough and as confident as they come. The lead is 5 for the Badgers.
Jones using that screen really well.
Keeping the dribble alive, fights off Kaminsky, but misses the shot.
They gave him a big screen, Okafor, to get him to the basket, but he didn't convert. Bring the ball over to Kaminsky, man. Bring it to Kaminsky.
Okafor playing with 3 fouls.
Okafor chasing him all over the court. He doesn't have to do that too often.
Hayes driving on Winslow. Back out to Koenig.
What patience. They don't turn the ball over. They're always getting high percentage shots.
Got to get something going now. Kaminsky misses the 3. Long rebound back to the Badgers.
Second opportunity. Offensive rebound really was a big plus for Wisconsin. They had a 4-to-1 ratio against Duke in that first half.
And again, patience.
That's one of their keys. Understanding what a good shot is.
Koenig.
What a second half, man. What a second half. He's not a role player. He's becoming a star player.
He's got 9 in the second half, 10 in the game. And Wisconsin is up by 7. It is their largest lead of the night.
Koenig really playing like a star.
Duke ball.
Take a look at Koenig. Shows versatility. Here he is with the drive right to the goal. Protects the ball. Lays it on the glass and gets the score. Then you're going to see the pull-up jumper. There's the jumper. Squares the body really well. NBN. Nothing but nylon. All the badges are in cloud nine.
Huge second half for Koenig. Meanwhile, Okafor has gone to the bench now for Duke. Plumlee's in. Cook off to Plumlee. No. Offensive rebound, though, for Cook. Corner three. Wisconsin ball.
Uncle Mo on the side of the Badgers. Yep. Uncle Momentum is on the side of the Badgers.
Hayes. One-on-one and a foul on Winslow. His third.
That's big. Winslow and Okafor with three. Smart basketball. Attack the stars. They've been going to Hayes. A lot of one-on-one. Trying to isolate him. What a star he's going to become next year.
And as big and strong as Winslow is, he's really a small forward. Hayes is 2 inches taller and about 20 pounds heavier. Kaminsky inside, and they score off the inbound.
What a great cut without the ball. He's such a smart player, Kaminsky. Frank the Tank. He says, come on, he's a cheerleader. Look at him. He's cheering. He wants the crowd to go wild. Oh, they're hoping and praying for that first title since 1941 when I was a diaper dandy and I was in my crib. I was a year and a half old. Where were you? You were a dream.
Nowhere to be seen.
You were a dream.
Nowhere to be seen.
You were a gleam in your mother's eye.
It's a 10-4 run for Wisconsin to open up a 9-point lead, and Kaminsky just with a simple cut to the basket when the Blue Devils turned their back on him.
Yeah, poor job defensively, no communication, and he took advantage of it. Cutting without the ball. They are really putting a clinic on offensively and execution here in the second half.
They have scored 17 points in less than 7 minutes here in the second half.
That's why they've averaged about 80 in the tournament thus far. Beating the likes of North Carolina, Arizona, beating the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats.
So now you're Mike Krzyzewski. You don't want to let it get away. You're down 9, but your 2 best players both have 3 fouls, and he's got them both on the bench right now.
Yeah, I think another possession or two. If they go down double digits, he's got to get them on the floor.
Maybe to the under 12 media timeout before he brings them back in. He's also down to 2 timeouts.
See, Kaminsky, he knows he doesn't have to play. Really, Plumlee's not a threat offensively. But he's out there first to get an offensive rebound, to screen.
So the scoring's got to come from the guards with this group.
Yep, absolutely.
Jones finds Plumlee, the kick to Allen for a good look at a 3. How big was that for Duke?
What a player that kid is going to become. Yep. I can't tell you enough how he has started the ball over him. He's going to be a prolific scorer.
Hardly played at the beginning of the season when they went down to 8 players after the dismissal of Suleiman. Allen got a lot more time, had a 27-point game against Wake, and a foul on Trayvon Jackson.
Look at the hustle right in front of us. Allen made that play happen. Look at the intensity. I will never forget, you and I were in the office with Coach K, and he told us, he said he's not playing now, but he will be a star here at Duke. Look at his hustle. And there's the push down by Jackson. Good call by the official.
Great effort. Allen with the 3, Allen with the steal. Allen draws the foul. Boy, is he stepping up when they need him. Cook the drive. Wouldn't stay down, but Jefferson the rebound.
Got a size advantage right there. Oh, he brings the ball all the way back out. Their 3 on the perimeter have to score. Jones, Cook, and Allen.
Allen feeling it.
Are you serious? Are you serious? How good is he? How good is he? We're watching Koenig and Allen. A star is being born here, Dan. A star is being born. And they love him. Grayson Allen.
This is a freshman who on the season only averaged 9 minutes a game. And look at him taking over in the national championship game.
He's a star being born, man. The nation's going to get to know this kid, number 3.
6 in a row for Allen, and a 9-point deficit's down to 3, despite Okafor and Winslow being on the bench, and now here comes the pressure.
The game is on, my friends. This game is on. The Dukies aren't going away.
Hayes wide open for 3.
What a threat he's become from the perimeter. You said it earlier. Last year was non-existent as a 3, shooting over 38% this year.
And 3 for 3 tonight from beyond the arc. Allen becoming the go-to guy right now as he draws another foul.
Wow. Wow. Allen has been sensational. Look at him drive right here. Look at his drive to the goal. Determined. What desire. What desire. Coach K's got to love it. Look at him. Look at Coach K. 12 Final Fours, 4 national titles. Look at that reaction. Look at the emotion. Oh, I got to love this, baby. That's Hayes with the trifecta.
Take over this game. He's got the last 6 points that Duke has scored. He's at the free throw line right now. And you know he can shoot it, but we have seen time and time again tonight. I mean, he can drive it as well, and he is finishing strong. And Mike Krzyzewski will come out of the timeout with Jahlil Okafor and Justice Winslow still on the bench, each with 3 fouls.
Tell you what, I'm really impressed with how cool he is, Allen, in terms of so confident, playing with a great deal of confidence. His play has allowed him to manage the time and keep Okafor and Winslow on that sideline.
He is now the high scorer in the game. He's got 14 points.
How many people talked about him before this game? Not many. Not many. But they were talking about him after the game.
Wisconsin also has committed 7 fouls already in the second half. Extremely unusual for them. So any common foul will put Duke at the line. Hayes fouled by Jefferson. That is just the 3rd team foul this half on the Blue Devils.
Really amazing because they only had 2 fouls in the entire first half.
Yep.
And that's one of the great assets of Wisconsin. Do not foul. But it's been the driving ability that's created the foul opportunities for Duke.
Do you think Mike Krzyzewski ever thought he'd have those 2 guys on the bench for so long and Grayson Allen taking over here in the second half of the national championship game? Lob inside.
Oh, nice play.
Hayes misses it.
Oh, it was a great play, but he didn't convert.
What a missed opportunity there for the Badgers. Momentum now seemingly starting to shift back toward Duke as Okafor gets off the bench and gets ready to check back into the next whistle. Allen now with Kaminsky on him after a switch. Now Decker out on him. Jefferson will not shoot it from the perimeter. Off to Jones.
What a play! A miraculous play by Tyus Jones.
And a chance for 3 as Koenig is called for the foul.
We have seen that on Jones all year long. Whenever they needed a big play, a big basket, he has responded. This type of dandy is special. He came in a package deal with Okafor, and both guys have delivered big time.
And Bo Ryan wants a timeout. Bo Ryan is livid at that last foul call, though it did appear there was some contact between Koenig and Jones. 3rd on Koenig. And now Michael Stevens, the emotions are running high, and the officials are doing a good job. They don't want to tee anybody up. You don't want to call a technical on anybody. So they're trying to keep everybody as calm as they can, given the circumstances.
Yeah, Joe DeRosa right now talking to Bo Ryan. Bo Little, I think, frustrated right now because they thought they were in great shape.
He's asking for them to look at something on the monitor. He's asking for a review. Now, normally this kind of a situation, maybe if there's an elbow or a forearm up above the shoulders, you know, something to the chin or the nose.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. And now they've put the monitor back away. They're not going to look at anything. So I think what we have is a foul on Koenig, and Jones will be at the free throw line looking for 3.
Oh, I see. There he is. Yeah. He thinks the left arm right there should have been called the other way.
That's a basketball play.
Yeah.
There's no intent there on the part of Tyus Jones. That's him going up for a shot.
Tell you what's really impressive. Jones and Allen have scored the last 16 points for Duke. Tell me about 2 freshmen responding. 16 points, the last 16 for Duke.
Make it 17. Duke's back within 1.
And it's all happened with Okafor and Winslow on the sideline.
Okafor just now checked back into the game. Jackson in for Koenig for Wisconsin. Boy, the ebb and flow and the twists and turns just in the second half alone in this game.
That's the beauty of the drama of a big sporting event. You can't script this, man, Hollywood. This is for real.
Right now, Jefferson's on Kaminsky. Okafor's on Hayes. Decker quiet since he got that elbow or forearm to the face several minutes ago.
Look at the mismatch size-wise.
Yep.
You got Jones playing on Decker.
Because Duke's playing 3 guards.
Yep.
And Wisconsin's got 3 bigs.
Instead of trying to take advantage of Decker inside.
Kaminsky with a step back 3 not there, and Allen down with a rebound.
He's doing it all, this kid. Allen, I love seeing a star being born, and he is being born here tonight.
Midway point of the second half, Duke looking for the lead.
I got Decker playing Allen now.
Okafor one-on-one with Kaminsky. No. Wisconsin ball. Kaminsky's done a nice job defending without fouling tonight.
You know, Dan, sometimes you try to force the action to do things you're not normally capable of doing when you got those little mismatches. You want to stay within your offense. So you got a mismatch right now, Hayes and Cook.
Double him. Back out to Kaminsky. Drives, spins, count it!
He's got a terrific drop step. He's got a great drop step. Is that Mr. Okafor?
If it's Okafor, it's 4.
Wow.
And it is.
Smart play by Kaminsky. He utilizes the drop step so exceptionally well. Spinning in the lane. Watch this now. He'll spin in the lane. There's the drop step. And he goes to the goal. What a big play. But you expect a player of the year to make big plays.
What a huge moment that was. 3-point play, Kaminsky. He'll get a breather. Duke it in for him. And Jahlil Okafor to the bench with 9:18 to go.
Well, so far he has won the battle against Okafor here thus far tonight.
Kaminsky 16 points and 8 rebounds. Okafor 6 points and 2 rebounds.
Charge. Oh, they called it a block. Could have been a charge on Winslow. Oh, he's furious. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That could have been a charge. Could have went either way.
It's the toughest call in the sport.
Yes, sir. Could have went either way. You could sit and debate this all day. I thought it was a charge.
I thought it was a block.
You did? All right. You know what? You win because it was called a block. Mine doesn't count. These guys do one heck of a job with stripe shirts. It is so tough.
This is a hard sport to officiate. That's a huge call as Winslow goes to the line, knocks it down, and Kaminsky's right back in. Decker will come out.
That's been a great 2-on-2 game here in the second half. Kaminsky and Koenig and Allen and Jones.
Tied at 31 at the half. Wisconsin by 3, make it 2 after the free throw by Winslow. And how long does Okafor on the bench?
Going to play the scoreboard, Mike.
Jackson almost lost it, got it back, pulls up for the jumper, missed it. Duke ball.
He's like 1 for 7 right now, Jackson.
And then Jackson takes it away from Winslow.
Good defensive play by Jackson. He had struggled shooting the ball. Remember, he's missed so much time and so much action. Tough to get his rhythm back.
Just returned a week and a half ago in the Sweet 16 game. Duke misses the 3. Rebound down to the Blue Devils, who can tie or take the lead.
I tell you, I love the way Tyus Jones takes charge. He takes charge back there. He's the orchestra leader. He's the band leader.
Cook over Hayes, short. And Jackson won't force it.
Oh, what a steal.
It's going to stay with Wisconsin. Great effort, though, by Cook.
I thought he had the steal right there, Cook.
You got guys playing with a ton of urgency. It's Cook's last game. He's a senior. It's Dukin's last game. It's Kaminsky's last game.
It's Okafor's last game.
Yeah, you're right. Even though he's a freshman.
It's Winslow's last game. It's Decker's last game.
What a great effort put forth by both of these teams tonight.
Down to 8 minutes, my friend. National title at stake. Call your buddies up. There's a lot of pride being played with here.
Decker.
Look at a mismatch size-wise.
Again, he's not that comfortable in the post. They haven't really been able to take advantage. misses the corner three, and it belongs to the Blue Devils.
Has not shot the ball well, Decker, from the perimeter.
Watch out, here goes Winslow. Strong drive, but he missed the lay-in.
And Kaminsky with the rebound. Kaminsky's got to get some touches here. Kaminsky's got to get some touches.
Dukin with a huge height advantage on Tyus Jones. Called for the offensive foul.
Excellent call right there. Excellent call by Pat Driscoll. Now,
fourth on Dukin. Are you kidding me, he says.
They're not kidding him.
No, here's the fourth on Okafor from minutes ago. We got a 2-point game.
And it was the spark of a guy I don't think many anticipated would have put them in a position where they are right now with a chance to win this game, because they were on the ropes. Grayson Allen came up big as we look at the foul trouble here.
Major issue, Jahlil Okafor with 4. He's on the bench. Grayson Allen, who took over for several minutes in the second half, is on the bench as well. Dukin's fourth has sent him to the bench. So it's the starting front court, in fact, the starting 5 in the game right now for Wisconsin.
Allen on the bench, leading scorer thus far with 14.
Matt Jones in the corner with Decker on him, finds Winslow.
Jones hasn't been able to get free for a shot.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Jones, tough one, and he rattles it home to tie the game.
Wow.
15 for Tyus Jones.
He's a star of stars. He likes the big moment. This game could come down to the free throw line. If Okafor's on the floor late in the game, they might foul him because he's a poor free throw shooter.
Kaminsky trying to take advantage of Jefferson, and a foul on Jefferson. And they might just keep going in there. With Okafor on the bench and Plumlee, their other 7-footer on the bench, this is going to be a tough one for Jefferson.
Here's Tyus Jones right here. He gets to bounce his way. Making big play after big play, the perimeter players.
Grayson Allen back in, Quinn Cook to the bench. You've got to believe that Wisconsin is going to go right back inside to Kaminsky.
Now look at the size differential right now. He's being played by Winslow.
Yeah, at so many different positions actually right now.
Now they got to switch off. Jefferson playing him. You got to take him one-on-one right here. You got to take him one-on-one. Then watch the drop step.
Had to adjust the shot, and he missed it.
Went to the deck.
Here comes Winslow.
They got numbers.
Jones. Allen keeps it alive, but Hayes has it for the Badgers.
He almost made a great play to keep that ball alive for his teammates. Patience right now, so important, coming down to the last 6 minutes with the title at stake.
Koenig the drive.
Tried an impossible shot. Should have made it with his right hand.
Back comes Winslow. And he kicks it back out to Jones. The Wisconsin bench wanted to charge there on Winslow, but it's a no call.
Smart getting the ball in Jones's hands. Good things happen when the ball's in this kid's hands. He's so cerebral, knows how to play. Look at the leadership ability. You know, Okafor's got all the notoriety, and deservedly so. Look at this. They got Decker now playing on Jones.
Allen counted. Another driving layup for Grayson Allen.
Is there any doubt he will be a big man on campus at Duke? What a performance by Grayson Allen.
16 off the bench for a guy who averages 4 points per game.
Hardly played earlier this year. Hardly played.
Back to Kaminsky.
He wants that drop step.
Slips inside and ties the game.
He's got great footwork. Great footwork. That's why he was voted Player of the Year.
You know what he never does, too? He never knocks somebody down and gets called for a charge down there, too. Tied again.
We couldn't ask for a better finish here, Dad. But this is going to be 4 minutes. It's winning time.
Allen, the jumper. Not this time.
I'm amazed how he's taken over to be the #1 option. I mean, there's no hesitation on his part. He wants the ball.
And they want to give it to him.
Yeah.
Kaminsky's at the other end.
Kaminsky's got to want the ball here. Kaminsky's got to want the ball.
Inside to Decker.
Great movement without the ball. They do as well as anybody in America get motion without the ball.
Two extremely talented and incredibly well-coached teams.
Will it be the 5th title for Coach K?
Jones. Yes!
Oh, I can't believe it. Are you serious, Tyus Jones? Are you serious? Wow. Can you believe that, Danny Shulman? I can't believe that.
Tyus Jones knocks down the 3 to put Duke back on top, and Mike Krzyzewski will use a timeout.
He can't be serious with this.
Yeah.
You know, this
he is serious.
This reminds me of when Grant made the shot against Duke to beat him. Remember his miraculous shot in Notre Dame?
18 for Tyus Jones, who has played his best against the toughest opposition and said yesterday in the interview room he thinks the best game he had this year was against Wisconsin back in December. He might one-up himself here tonight.
Well, this one a little bit more important, a little more at stake. We got whether it be a 5th title for Coach K or whether it be the 1st title when you talk about Wisconsin since 1941. Bo Ryan and his kids playing their hearts out. It was 48-39. They were in command. And then it was the Grayson Allen show.
And they've done so much of this with Jahlil Okafor on the bench with 4 fouls.
Remember this name, people. Grayson Allen. There he is with a big 3. Now we watch his defensive effort. Look at that hustle. Look at him scrapping. Look at the intensity. And what about this drive? What a terrific drive to the goal. But he's not done yet. He has how many, Dan? 18, did you say?
He has 16. Tyus Jones has 18. 2 freshmen.
They're not freshmen, man. We talk about basketball skills.
Just 1 timeout remaining now for Coach K. 4:06 to go. We've got a media timeout coming on the first whistle under 4 minutes. The last media timeout of the game.
Jones and Allen have scored 24 points here in the second half between them.
The Badgers go inside to Kaminsky again because of the mismatch with no Okafor and no Plumlee on the floor.
Pressure on Jefferson playing him right now, getting a lot of minutes. We thought he'd be an X factor, Jefferson with his size. And he's got a real challenge right now against Kaminsky.
Can't get him a touch yet. Now he's got it.
He wants that ball.
Missed it.
Good job defensively by Jefferson. Stayed between him and the basket. Didn't make him get that turn to the goal.
Duke with the ball and a 1-point lead. Allen driving again. Out of bounds to Duke when we come back from this timeout. 3:22 to go. National championship game. A 1-point game as we head into the final minutes. Jahlil Okafor is back into the game now for Duke with 4 fouls. Hasn't played in several minutes yet. Duke has taken the lead because of incredible play in the second half by Tyus Jones and Grayson Allen.
They have been absolutely terrific. Now keep in mind that Okafor is not a good free throw shooter. A liability at the stripe. If he gets the ball down inside, I'm going to put him on a free throw line.
It is Duke's ball coming out of the timeout. The ruling was it was off Kaminsky. Looked like it could have been off Allen. This is a play you can only review in the last 2 minutes of regulation or the last 2 minutes of an overtime. So the initial call stands and it's Duke's ball. Winslow somehow finds Okafor.
He wants him one-on-one right here. He's got him one-on-one.
And Kaminsky wraps him up, and he still scores.
His strength made that happen.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, really, a strong physical presence made that happen.
I mean, that almost could have been an intentional. Kaminsky just said, I'm going to do anything I can to foul him and to make him earn it on the line, and he still scored.
Yep, he wanted to put him on the line. See that? That could have been an intentional.
That could have been, yeah. Now known as a flagrant 1. Same thing, 2 and the ball.
See, here he goes. So watch this.
That's
he definitely went in there. He was determined to try and foul him. He did, but he scored.
Not a good free throw shooter, 51% on the season.
Now let's see how they respond. They responded big time at this same situation with Kentucky. They were down 4, and they made all the big plays.
And Decker's the guy who's made a lot of those big plays late in games in the postseason for Wisconsin. Decker right now has Allen on, 6'4", guarding 6'9". Kaminsky. Off the side of the backboard, keeps it alive, gets it back. Shot clock does not reset.
Okafor did a great job on him there defensively, even with the 4 fouls.
Kaminsky's got to force it up, and that's a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the rim.
That is reverse what happened against Kentucky. Kentucky had 3 shot clock violations against Wisconsin. Now here, it goes against them. This is a big possession for Duke. This is a big possession.
Listen to the noise in this place. 72,000 people.
They're loving every moment of it. These kids have played their hearts out, both sides. It takes some time off the clock here.
Ball screen, Okafor. Koenig stays with Jones. Loose ball to Winslow. Okafor has it and finishes.
Has he taken over here lately? 2 big baskets by many say the #1 player who'll be taken in the NBA draft. Okafor rising to the occasion. Pressure on, almost a must-score situation here.
Koenig turns the corner, forces it up, no. Loose ball, Duke's ball. And they're going to look at this one because we're inside 2 minutes. Bo Ryan is asking for the officials to go to the monitor and have a look.
Duke was down 48-39. Grayson Allen saved them. Saved them. They were totally on the ropes.
I think it's off Koenig. I think it's the correct call. And because the call live was Duke ball, the officials have to feel there's overwhelming evidence to overturn the call. If they're not sure, the call stays the same way that it was live.
I agree with you. I think that ball's going to stay with Duke. And that's a big possession. A 5-point lead, less than 2 on the clock.
Unless Winslow swiped it with his left hand after the fact.
Which we didn't see it. Look at his intensity. Look at the emotion. What about the 2 big plays by Okafor in the last minute? This is a big call right here. This is a big call.
Watch the left hand of Winslow. Did he touch the ball? Man.
I don't know. Did you? I didn't think he touched it. Did you?
Does his finger touch it right there? It's hard to tell. You don't really notice. It doesn't look like the ball changes, like the spin of the ball changes, unless they're sure he touched it. This is going to be Duke's ball. Boy, that's tough.
That's a tough call. It doesn't look to me like he's made contact with that ball.
And again, the most important thing is the call on the floor was Duke ball. So unless they feel very confident they've got enough evidence to overturn it. And now Pat Driscoll was looking at the monitor with Joe DeRosa. Now Pat Driscoll just called over Michael Stevens. They want to have all 3 officials look at this.
They're not certain, and they know it's a major call.
But if they're not certain, then it probably will stay the way that it is, and it is. It's going to be Duke ball. There's maybe your best look at it. Winslow reached for it. And Michael Stevens, one of the officials, is saying they couldn't tell for sure, so it's got to stay the way they called it live on the floor. It's Duke ball.
I think that was a good bit of officiating. They took their time. They're convinced they were right. You talk about needing a stop. Oh, do they need a stop big time, Wisconsin? I remember these 2 guys in the backcourt are great free throw shooters.
Both in the high 80s, Cook and Jones.
Cook and Jones. Using that clock, managing time, starting to feel the excitement and the joy of a possible national title.
Jones. Yes!
You talk about a star. You talk about a diaper dandy. Oh, that was a killer, man. You talk about a hammer. You talk about putting your back against the wall.
All season long, when they've needed a big play late in games, Tyus Jones has delivered. Kaminsky answers with a 3, and Bo Ryan will use a timeout.
Kaminsky does what a great player is supposed to do. Teams on the ropes, need a big basket, steps out, makes the three.
Freshmen, even as great as freshmen are in this day and age, don't do the things as consistently as Tyus Jones has done them this year.
Yeah, all year long. He's made big play after big play. Wants the ball at a key time. Comes from Apple Valley, Minnesota. Came in a package deal with his buddy Okafor. Gets the screen from his buddy and then goes right over the top. That's the one area that he's worked on improving, his perimeter shot.
Dick, he's got 21 points in the game, 17 of them in the second half, and this was a must possession for Wisconsin just to stay in range.
Tell you one thing, the performance by Jones and Allen is the reason that Duke is in the position they are right now.
Okafor is not in the game right now for Duke because of the free throw shooting issue. So Mike Krzyzewski has his 5 best ball handlers and free throw shooters. They're going long to Jones. No foul, no basket.
Oh, not a good play right there. Not a good play. Now you got to go to Kaminsky right away. Get the ball to the star. He was wide open. They missed him.
Koenig. Hayes with a slam, and it's a one-possession game.
Nice little backdoor cut. 2-man play.
Now you got about a 14-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. If you are Wisconsin, do you play out the possession? You try for a steal, obviously, first. But if you don't get a steal, do you play out the possession or do you foul?
I think you got to think about the situation where you're at.
You don't foul that guy.
You can't let him take all that time off that clock. But it's dangerous if you foul this guy, he's automatic.
Last timeout for Duke. They are out of timeouts. What a game.
You got to make sure you're terrific game. You got to make certain, you got to be careful who you do foul. Jones and Cook are so dynamite on that free throw line.
But Duke without a timeout right now, Wisconsin can get a trap in the corner. I mean, Duke can't call a timeout. They got to get the ball out of there or risk turning it over. So that complicates things.
And then you got to think about this. If it's a 3-point differential on the other side, you give them the 3 or they put them on the free throw line.
10 fouls on Wisconsin. That means if Wisconsin does foul, it's 2 free throws, not 1 and 1. 2 free throws for Duke. They just can't foul Cook or Jones. They can't do that.
We said in the middle of this game that the free throw line could be the difference maker here. And it's certainly big right now.
Okafor will stay on the bench because of the free throw shooting issue. So it's Winslow, Matt Jones, Tyus Jones, Grayson Allen, and Quinn Cook.
You know, there's 2 different philosophies. I know when Jimmy V was coaching, he would look the foul. He would look the foul. Some coaches would say, no, we're going to have time on the clock, play just solid team defense. I got a feeling Bo Ryan's going to play solid team defense.
I think so, too. I think he'll play out the possession. Hope for a stop and keep it within 1 possession.
I don't think he would have done that, though, if Okafor was on the floor.
Oh, boy. That's not the guy they want to foul. If you're going to foul, don't foul Tyus Jones, who's an 88% free throw shooter.
And look at the way he walks right to that line. He's so confident. A lot of kids would feel the pressure. This kid wants to go to that line.
He's 5 for 5 tonight. Winslow and Matt Jones are the 2 weakest free throw shooters on the floor for Duke. When you talk about ice water in a kid's veins.
6 for 6. We said earlier, if this game is close, those 2 guys in the backcourt could be the difference with their free throw shooting ability. And we're seeing it right here. He's 6 for 6 on the line. Nothing bigger than a 3 that he hit. 7 for 7, my friend. They're ready to do a little dance. Game's not over. You got to score quickly. You got to score quickly. Can't play games here. Look at the size difference right here. Oh.
Everybody low will foul Koenig, but that's just the 6th team foul on Duke, so no free throws yet.
Take some time off the clock with that foul.
4th on Winslow.
Absolutely a must-score in possession.
Yep. Wisconsin had all 5 guys outside the three-point line. They didn't have anybody inside. They need a quick score more than they need a 3.
Absolutely. Yeah. They got to score right away.
Koenig partially blocked.
getting close to the party going to take place down in Durham, North Carolina. The Cameron Crazies are sensing it.
Mike Krzyzewski's yelling at his players, it's not over. Calm down. He won't calm the Crazies down. He's just trying to calm his 5 players on the floor down. But what a second half. You talked about it. They were down 9. Grayson Allen saved them. And then Tyus Jones is the guy who really shot them into the lead here in the second half.
Yeah, he put the knockout punch. He put the knockout punch.
Still 15 seconds to go.
Not over yet, that's for sure. And he knows it. He's going for really history. I don't think you would have thought 5 years ago you'd be talking about him, the greatest coach of all time, when you looked at the record of John Wooden.
Missed them both.
They're going to score right away. Right away.
Decker. Loose ball to Koenig. Time running out. Hayes. And the Duke Blue Devils have won the national championship.
Look at that celebration. Oh, the joy and jubilation of a gold trophy and the national title.
Heartbreak for Wisconsin after an incredible run, and jubilation for the Duke Blue Devils, who have won their 5th national championship. A team led by 4 freshmen at times this year, and certainly in many ways here tonight. Hall of Famer Mike Krzyzewski has just picked up one of the most satisfying wins of his career.
All 37 points scored in the second half by the Duke freshman.
Unbelievable.
37 by the Duke freshman. Most of them Cook, most of them rather Jones and Allen.
And you can see the emotion as Cook and Jones embrace with their coach. The Duke Blue Devils overcoming a 9-point second half deficit and winning the national championship. Coach K's wife Mickey looking on here in Indianapolis. It sure didn't look good for them. Down 9. Winslow in foul trouble. Okafor in foul trouble. And Allen and Jones came to the rescue for the Blue Devils.
Look at the respect among each player. Your heart bleeds for these kids from Wisconsin. Played their hearts out, but Duke was not going to be denied. Their freshman really rose to the occasion. Grayson Allen, to me, is the guy that saved the day. They were totally on the ropes, down 9, and he made one big play after another. A star was born. Grayson Allen, remember that name. Tyus Jones just did what he's been doing all year. Big plays at the right moment. To me, I will say it now, Coach K is the greatest coach to ever coach in college basketball.
Duke 68, Wisconsin 63. As they beat the Badgers for the 2nd time this season, beat them back in December and beat them with a whole lot more on the line here tonight in April. Still, as you can see, the Badger faithful, stunned looks on their faces. They were feeling so good about things just a few short minutes ago, but Duke found a way to win a game that it didn't look like they were going to have a chance to win. Tyus Jones has been named, deservedly so, has been named the most outstanding player of the Final Four. He was also named the most outstanding player of the South Regional. An incredible performance by him. Grayson Allen, Justice Winslow joining him on the men's all-Final Four team along with Decker and Kaminsky for Wisconsin. Coach K and Duke, national champions. And we are back in Indianapolis, where the Duke Blue Devils have won their 5th national championship. They have defeated Wisconsin 68-63 in an absolute thriller that went back and forth so many times, and just when it looked the darkest for Duke in the second half, a freshman by the name of Grayson Allen, who played 9 minutes per game this year, comes off the bench and saves them with Okafor and Winslow in foul trouble, shooting, defending, driving, finishing, doing everything that Duke needed to get back into the game. And then, I mean, Tyus Jones is just a cold-blooded killer at the end of the game. He made so many incredible plays to win this game for the Blue Devils.
The big three that he made to give him the lead, 59-58, was unbelievable. Look at the joy on his face. What a terrific performance by these two diaper dandies. One has been a star all year, and Grayson Allen now has become a star.
And look at the two of them. Neither one of them missed a free throw. Both of them shot the ball well. And those are the two biggest reasons right there why the Duke Blue Devils are national champions. A game effort by Wisconsin, an incredible season for Wisconsin, but the Duke Blue Devils have earned it in winning the national championship here tonight.
I tell you, it's been a fun night, Dan Shulman.
Oh boy, it's been
a fun night.
A great tournament. A great tournament.
What a classic. This is a classic, this game. Your heart's got to hurt a little for Wisconsin. They really seem to have this game in hand. They were up 9. Winslow in foul trouble. Okafor in foul trouble. And then Grayson Allen took over.
And the party is just beginning down in Durham and here for Duke followers here in Indiana. A 68-63 win for the Blue Devils over the Badgers, as Mike Krzyzewski has won his fifth national championship. We're going to send you now onto the court where Jim Nantz will begin the post-game proceedings.
Indianapolis, this was one extraordinary night, and the Duke Blue Devils are the national champions. And now for the presentation of the championship trophy, I'm joined by Dr. Mark Emmert, the president of the NCAA. Scott Barnes is here, the chair of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Committee. Mark, it's all yours.
Well, first of all, I'd love everybody here to congratulate Wisconsin Badgers on an unbelievable championship game. It was a magnificent game. And now Scott Barnes from the basketball committee will give the Duke Blue Devils the championship trophy. Coach, it's all yours.
Congratulations, Coach. We're very proud of you on behalf of the committee.
I can speak.
You can speak. It's all yours.
First of all, I want to say exactly what Mark mentioned. We beat a great team, a great program, and one of the best guys in coaching in Bo Ryan. So congratulations to Wisconsin. I want to thank the city of Indianapolis, all the volunteers, all the many people who've made this spectacular. But most of all, I want to thank my team. They showed such grit tonight. Our bench was spectacular. And like we said about 2 months ago, 8 is enough. 8 is enough.
8 is enough players, and one of those players coming off the bench was Grayson Allen. You guys were down 9 in the second half. You were in foul trouble, and then Allen really ignited things, and then Tyus Jones took over at the end. Tyus, you are the most outstanding player of the 2015 Final Four, scoring 19 of Duke's 37 points in the second half. Coach, from you first, just a thought on the play of the freshman guards.
Well, first of all, these guys love Grayson. And once he gave, we were kind of dead in the water. You know, we were 9 points down, and Grayson just put us on his back. And then once he got us in striking distance, we just said, Tyus, run high ball screen and be you. You know, that's great coaching, I guess. Sure. But both you guys responded. But you know, Jim, our defense You know, Emil, Matt, these guys, Marshall, they play great defense. If we don't get stops, we're not going to win the game.
Tyus, how did you do that? Down the stretch, this big a stage, how did you handle it like that?
My teammates and the coaching staff, they've given me confidence, and they've believed in me and trusted in me all year. And there's never been a moment where, you know, they doubt me. And it was just, they trusted me, you know, to make a play. And that's the biggest thing, you know, about this team is we never want to let, you know, one another down.
I want to find Jalil over here. Right, here you are. Here you are. This, for you, in many ways, was a tough night with all the foul trouble and everything. What was it like for you when you were out there and then when you weren't, watching this comeback, 9 down in the second half to take the championship?
It was fun to watch my teammates do what they do. They had my back the entire season, and it was no different tonight. And my coaching staff was talking to me, telling me to stay ready. And my teammates, they really picked it up tonight, and they had my back.
What do you guys think of your senior captain?
Oh, we love our senior captain. We love you, Quinn. We love you, baby. We love you too, man.
Hey, Quinn, what a journey it's been for you. Congratulations to have that trophy in your arms. I'll give you the last word.
Man, I love these guys. I love to be a part of this program. It's been, you know, the best 4 years of my life, a true blessing. And, you know, dreams come true, man, and hard work pays off. And this is an example. You know, we worked hard. We believe that we can do it. We have faith. And we just got to thank God, man. And, you know, I know my dad's up top, you know, proud of me, proud of this team. And you know, I just love these guys with all my heart. And Coach K, man, Coach K, he just helps, I mean, everybody, man, and he's the greatest. And, you know, he wasn't focused on getting his 5th championship. He was focused on getting our first together. So, you know, we're all just blessed to be a part of, you know, this Duke program.
Congratulations to all of you. We're going to send it back to the studio and we continue. And one shining moment is coming up shortly. The trophy belongs to the Duke University Blue Devils.
You can hear the emotion in the voices of both Mike Krzyzewski and the players. You can see it in their facial expressions. And he used the word grit. Sometimes in some years, Duke just blows people out. They score 80, 85, 90 points. This year, they were a great offensive team. They scored a ton of points. But they won a lot of games with grit and effort and determination this year.
I'll tell you one thing, the determination of Grayson Allen, I'm going to be honest with you, he stunned me how he took charge the way he did. And the performance by the young players. And don't forget the 2 big baskets by Okafor late in the game when he came in. One where he looked like he was fouled deliberately, and he still scored on the inside. Was a major play. A terrific year for Duke, a terrific win, terrific job by you, Dan. I enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. It was great. Enjoyed it every single moment. What an NCAA tournament it was. What a Final Four it was here in Indianapolis, with Wisconsin taking out Kentucky and then Duke beating Wisconsin to win the national championship. They come from 9 down in the second half, led by the freshman Grayson Allen, led by the freshman Tyus Jones, and the Duke Blue Devils are the champions of college basketball in 2015.